Hot Topic is a retail chain specializing in counterculture-related clothing and accessories that opened in 1989. Thank you for your suggestions.
Hot Topic. Topic.
The company was founded in 1989 by Orv Madden and Lisa Falcone. During the 1980s, when MTV first made its presence felt in modern music and culture, Madden realized that there was a potential huge consumer market for music-influenced apparel and accessories. This market, which served by regional independent stores and venues, was largely overlooked by national chains and outlets. He and his wife put all of their savings into the opening of the first Hot Topic store, located in the Montclair Mall in California. The store sold t-shirts emblazoned with logos of popular bands, music posters, and trendy costume jewelry. From the company's outset, it was overtly devoted to the sort of contemporary, edgy merchandise that could be associated with what came to be known as alternative culture, with even the shop's floor design and lighting being laid out more like a setting for a music video than for a department store. Due to Madden's extensive experience in the industry, as well as his knack for keeping up with the whirlwind changes of teenage tastes, Hot Topic broke even in the 1980s, and the store's initial success paved the way for expansion during the next decade. Madden's vision for Hot Topic was large in scope from the company's outset. He wanted Hot Topic to be a multi-chain operation, with stores located in upscale malls. Though Madden had to start small with only one location, he had a good deal of pull within the industry, and after his first year as an independent entrepreneur, he found no shortage of outside investors willing to aid him in making the company's growth a reality. In the next few years, Madden raised over $11 million for Hot Topic and began to open new stores at strategically located sites around the country. The stores all followed a pattern similar to the company's flagship location. They were lit with low, Gothic-style lighting, and they carried inventory that shocked parents and delighted their kids. All sites were approximately 1,500 square feet in space, and despite their indoor mall locations, were constructed to look like a mix between a nightclub and a teenage funhouse, with music played loud enough to match both environments. By the middle of the 1990s, the company had opened dozens of locations, and all were pulling a profit. The key to Hot Topic's success, other than keeping up with the music trends and styles, was the company's tremendous variety and scope of merchandise. No other apparel company marketing itself to teens and young adults carried the amazing number of different logos, t-shirts, and novelty items carried by Hot Topic. And no company was as willing to overtly appeal to a group that had traditionally defined itself through cultural alienation. Logos and apparel inspired by such controversial bands as Marilyn Manson and Nine Inch Nails were actively promoted by the company. Cosmetics of strange hues and even more eccentric names were prominently displayed next to jewelry meant to go anywhere but one's earlobes. And most important, the displays and inventory changed faster than almost any other national chain. To keep up with this ever-revolving, ever-shifting cache of merchandise, Madden bought a 45,000 square foot warehouse in the city of Industry, California, where he headquartered his distribution space and his management team. There, the company employed dozens of buyers who were responsible for keeping up with music and teen fashion, and who aggressively canvassed merchants around the country. By 1996, Hot Topic had sales of over $44 million and had opened almost 80 locations nationwide. In the fall of that year, Hot Topic went public with an initial public offering of 1.3 million shares of stock. The end of the 90s saw Hot Topic increase its sales and location sites, blossoming in just a period of months from a chain of 79 stores in 1997 to over 128 locations the following year. The company continued to expand its inventory, with its apparel and novelty items growing into the thousands. Hot Topic also introduced its own label called Morbid, which produced everything from t-shirts to makeup. The majority of Hot Topic's sales consisted of company music-inspired products, from t-shirts with band logos to CDs. To keep up with customer demand, Hot Topic developed licensing agreements with such major distributors as Sony Music and Winterland, allowing the company quick access to popular product lines and logos. By the end of the decade, Hot Topic had developed an ordering strategy that helped the company keep current on consumer trends despite the company's rapid growing size. New items, bought in small quantities, were tested in a few stores. If they sold well, they could be on the shelves on every Hot Topic store in 2 to 8 weeks, beating by several months the turnaround time of most retailers. In 1999, the company's sales were up another 25%, and by year's end, it had opened almost 200 stores in 35 states. In 2001, Betsy McLaughlin was named CEO, and founder Madden, at the age of 52, retired from Hot Topic. The Hot Topic stores began sporting a new look, veering away from the goth style and embracing a more industrial music club atmosphere. Designers traveled to London, touring trendy shops and hip clubs to get a feel for the new store design. The result was a space with a warehouse dance club atmosphere, featuring red fluorescent lights, simulated brick walls, and faux rusted steel beams. Perhaps the most substantial change for 2001 was the opening of the first Torrid store, a Hot Topic spin-off with a similar inventory but a slightly different customer base. Torrid catered to the plus-size customers, carrying apparel in sizes 12 to 26. Torrid was launched after executives noticed that the plus-size clothes in Hot Topic stores flew off the shelves. The first Torrid store opened in California in April of 2001, with 5 more opening throughout that year, and an additional 30 stores by the spring of 2003. In 2007, Hot Topic began another major remodel, retaining industrial-style elements like concrete and steel, while also incorporating more neutral colors and brighter lighting. Continuing to emphasize music as the company's driving force, the newly remodeled stores featured a larger music area with numerous listening stations where customers could tune in to the latest releases. In 2008, Hot Topic launched Shockhound, an online retailer and social networking music site. In March of 2011, Hot Topic made a public statement announcing the shutdown of Shockhound. The site is no longer live, and all merchandise was moved to HotTopic.com, and the company ceased sales of MP3s. In 2012, Hot Topic launched Blackheart Lingerie, a concept store that sold lingerie and clothing for women. On October 14, 2015, Hot Topic launched Box Lunch, a gift and novelty retail store. Today, there are over 675 stores found throughout the country. You can pretty much find them in most of your malls. Although you can still find music-related merchandise, the store's selection is largely focused on licensed video game merchandise and internet memes popular on sites such as Tumblr, as well as anime, manga, Japanese films, and the associated otaku subculture. Thank you for watching. If you like this content, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Thanks.